Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video guys, we're not going to a trip, but uh, we have a vlog regarding of the sports that I like. This is the Asian sport. We call it Sepak Takraw. Sepak Takraw is a skill ball games originating from Asia. It combines the teamwork of volleyball. It looks like volleyball guys, but it's not. It's just a combination of that games. It's dexterity of soccer and the finesse of badminton. The word sipak is a Malay word simply meaning to kick, while takraw is a Thai means rattan. You know the ball? It's made of a rattan. So why is it called Sepak Takraw? So Sepak Takraw quite literally means to kick a rattan ball. The choice of this name of the sport was essentially a compromise between Malaysia and Thailand in Kuala Lumpur in 1960. Who invented the sport Sepak Takraw? It's recognized as the creator and founder of Sepak Takraw is Hamid Maidin. Moreover, in the past, it was known as Sepak Raga Jaring in Malaysia. It's which the term jaring mean it's a net. In Malay, that was added a traditional Sepak Raga games by the inventor who is named Hamid Maidin. This one was played in Penang in 1945 in Malaysia. It's originating in Malaysia in 15th century. The game has a massive following across Southeast Asia. Even in the Philippines, some Filipino, they playing Sepak Takraw. Also, the game formally became recognized by the name Sepak Takraw starting in 1965. And then, it's played also in Asian Games since 1990. The sports now governed by International Sepak Takraw Federation. So they have federation. How many players are in Takraw or in the games? The games is played on the area the size of double badminton court. You know the badminton court with the three players on each side. There's a high for that one, high net. So the net must be 1.52 high. A team consists of 3 players, the feeder, and the other one is tikong or server, and the other one the spiker or the killer of the ball. Which country these sports become popular? So some country like Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Laos, Philippines in my country, and Indonesia. In Thailand, the games is simply called takraw. It is also called takraw or lak or twine or kick. While in Malaysia, it's sometimes called sipak raga, but in the Philippines, we call it Sepak Takraw. So what is another name of Sepak Takraw? They call it a kick volleyball. So what is a Sepak Takraw? It's a kick volleyball in another name for the sports. It's played for 2 teams, like 2 to 4 players on the courts. Very similar to the badminton and the volleyball court. Yeah, that's a really similar court that you're using when you play Sepak Takraw. So what is the unique about this kind of sports, this Sepak Takraw? Sepak Takraw is kickball, is uniquely Southeast Asian game, now played in another region like in another country also. That is similar to volleyball, but it is played with a woven rattan ball and without using the hands. Some players, they using their head, they're using their feet to kick the ball. And the sports is internationally competitive and Malaysia has fronted a winning games, especially during the Asian Games. Same with the other sports game, ball games like basketball or badminton. There's also fouls in Sepak Takraw. The players shout during the game. When the player touches the ball at the opponent team side, any body parts crosses under or over the net, the players hold the ball under the arms or between the legs. So sometimes it call it a foul. So is Sepak Takraw dual or two players or a team? Sepak Takraw is dual sports that originated in Southeast Asia. It is played with a ball made of rattan, as I've said, and then the players try to serve the ball over the net while the other team try to block it. It's a point is scored if the team fails to return the ball. That's a really easy how to know how do you score in Sepak Takraw is if a point is scored if the team fails to return the ball over the net within 3 hits, it means score in the other team. So, what part of your body can you not touch the ball with the Sepak Takraw? With literal translation of kickball, the 3 players compete against their opposition on the volleyball-style court with a net across the middle. Unlike the volleyball, when you compare to the volleyball sports, in Sepak Takraw, players are not allowed to use their hands to play the ball and are required to use their feet, their head, their knees, their chest to touch the ball. Unlike the basketball or the volleyball, they use their hands to touch the ball. But this one is really opposite. So what country is Sepak Takraw most popular? So in 1970s, a group of Malaysian and Thai Sepak Raga players, they traveled to Bangkok for the Asian Games. So it's part of the Asian Games while the Thai team dominated the competition. And then that time the Malaysian won gold. This sports Thailand countries forced to improve their team. Today, Thailand dominates the world in Sepak Takraw. They are really good in Sepak Takraw sports. In playing the Sepak Takraw, some people say that can you touch the net in Sepak Takraw? A point is scored whenever one or more of the Sepak Takraw rules are breached. If a team lets the ball hit the ground on their side, then the other team receive a point. If the player touches the ball with their arm or hand, and the other team gets a point. If the player make sure that if the player touches the net, then the other team gets a point. So how many times out are there in Sepak Takraw? Once a fault is done by a team, if there's a fault, the opponent teams gets a point. When the ball is not on the play, its team entitled to a tactical timeout of 1 minute during the game. There are no automatic timeouts. During the timeout, maximum 5, make sure it's 5 players are allowed in the baseline in case of Brigo matches. If there are matches, so player are only allowed in 5 players. So, what shoes do you need to for Sepak Takraw? Like a soccer, they have shoes to play a soccer. But how about in Sepak Takraw? Because they're using their heads or they're using their feet. So, what's particular shoes? The shoes used in the games are light in weight and have flat side with sole. It was a good grip on both indoor and outdoor surfaces and has a sole inside for supporting the high impact of constant jumping and landing, because you need to jump when you catch the ball by using your your feet or using your head. You need to jump. So you must wear a light shoes. Hope you learned something from this vlog regarding the Sepak Takraw sports. Thank you for watching.